my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Just wanted to hurry up and get on here because they are starting the court proceedings. So the times were a little weird today. Sorry about that. They were supposed to start at 11:30 or 11 o'clock, I think, or 11:30, and then they didn't. They postponed it until now. So welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully, you guys are all ready to go. I just have one thing to do before we hit the buttons, and we'll go right over to the court hearing. Because it looks like they actually started on time. You don't ever get that. It's like, I mean, it's rare. I just want to make sure that the chat stays for you guys at the end that are watching on a replay. Okay. And then put this under, maybe we will. Okay, maybe not. Okay, we'll do that later. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you, Kathy, for becoming a new member. I thanked you on the other stream, but it came up on this one too. So thank you again. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So as you guys know, Jake Haro is on, or he's getting sentenced today for Emmanuel's death, 7-month-old Emmanuel. Basically, if you guys don't know, really quick, a little background. Emmanuel was about 7 months old when he was reported missing on August 14th of 2025 in Southern California. His mother, Rebecca Haro, initially told authorities that she was attacked while changing Emmanuel's diaper outside of a sporting goods store in Ucapia, California. After being knocked unconscious and all of that, and all of that, investigators found inconsistencies with the story that she was providing. So on August 22nd, the parents, Rebecca and Jake Haro, were both arrested for suspicion of murder. Authorities believe Emmanuel died as a result of sustained abuse over time, and that his death likely occurred before the reported kidnapping. Even her black eye tells us that black eye had been there for a minute. So on October 16th, Jake Haro pled guilty to charges including murder, child endangerment, and filing a false police report. Rebecca Haro is still sticking with it. She's still saying, I ain't guilty. So she will be going to court here. She went to court, I heard, today. I haven't been able to find anything on it, but I'll keep looking. And now he's in court. I want to make sure we miss a second. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this and we'll get started. Thank you guys for being here. If you don't mind, take a second, hit the like button for me. Can I turn this up any? I can. Okay. Look at him crying. He's crying for himself because he got caught. What's she smiling about? If my attorney was smiling, I don't know what's up with the creepy music. Can you hear it? But if my attorney was smiling while I was getting sentenced, no, I'd be so mad. We'll speed it up till they start. I don't know why the music is so like. Did they put the music back there so they could copyright anybody that uses it? Isn't that weird? Do I have any music playing in the background? No. I don't even have that music. I've never heard music on court TV like this. What are they doing? Let's skip through that a little bit. Now they're bringing everybody in. Okay. What's she digging in her ear for? Raise your hand if you have ever heard music on. I have never heard a courtroom do this. No, I haven't either. I'm wondering. I swear to you, I think they're going to try to copyright everybody that's using this video, because that's what Dateline does. Like when you watch Dateline or 2020 or whatever, when we stream those, it's not the actual people talking that clips that like gets that robot or whatever it is to like that bot to spot it. It's this music like this that's in the background of the interviews. This is weird. This is so weird. This is the only thing I could think of. I'll let you guys know. I'm using fair use. I'm going to pause it. I'll pause it and talk. No problem. I will pause it and talk. I'll talk more than that. Where's the judge? If they play the music when the judge starts talking, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be laid out. What's she telling him? It's gonna be okay. You're just going to jail for the rest of your life. What's in his pocket? Does he have on a bulletproof vest? It almost looks like it. Oh, there's the music again, and he's crying. Where's this judge? What? Oh. Did he just do? Is he praying? It's going to take a lot more than the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit to help you, buddy. It's like the music goes off for a minute and then they put it back on. We need a lip reader. Yeah, right, Tracy? Why pray now? I know. I'm wondering if it is in the courtroom. Like, I wonder if Court TV accidentally put the spooky music on the like if it's like a pre-recorded, I don't know. Like a pre-recorded setting. Oh, there we go.
And before we go forward with the sentencing in the Jake Haro matter, again, announcing to the public there are no use of cell phones, no recording.
I'm sorry. Did you just hear that? He said no use of cell phones and someone's phone went off. Hold on.
There are no use of cell phones, no recording except for the full camera.
Sorry.
There will be no comments about the case while the court is in session, no outbursts, and please follow instructions given by our RSO deputies. With that, calling the matters of Jake Haro.
Welcome in.
Nurses, please.
Welcome in, everybody.
Thank you. I'll let wait for Mr. Haro. He is sitting here next to me at council table.
Let me see if I can boost the sound.
Good afternoon. Allison Lowe also on behalf of Jake Haro.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. William Robinson for the people.
Good afternoon. Brandon Smith with you.
Thank you. And good afternoon, Mr. Haro. And this is the time and place set for sentencing. Are both sides ready to go forward at this time?
Yes.
And the court has read and considered the sentencing memorandums provided by Ms. Garthwaite and Ms. Lowe, as well as Mr. Smith and Mr. Robinson, as well as the probation report. At this time, does either side want to be heard further? Mr. Smith, Mr. Robinson, any victim impact statements for the court to consider?
There will be no victim impact statements.
Okay. And Ms. Garthwaite, Ms. Lowe?
Your Honor, I just wanted to very briefly reiterate the defense objection to imposing court fees and fines. Mr. Haro is indigent. He's a public defender client. I believe that the court is going to sentence him to a lengthy sentence. And prior to his arrest, he was unable to work and was receiving disability. So we would object to the court imposing any court fees and fines. If the court is going to assess a restitution fine, it is based or the defense requests that based on the indigency.
Use and fair use. What? He can get disability? For what? What's wrong with him?
That the court set it no higher than $300, which is the minimum.
That pisses me off.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Robinson, do you want to be heard in regards to that?
Yes, I'd say that while I intend to submit in large part on the sentencing memorandum by filed with court, I do want to reiterate that while I understand the court has some discretion in this matter regarding the sentence and the fines and fees, I want to emphasize the fact that this defendant deserves no leniency in any regards as to sentence or as to fines and fees. The court is well aware of how this case began with the defendants standing in front of law enforcement and the public and creating this public panic about a child being kidnapped, and the resources that were expended in order to investigate those lives of the defendant need to be addressed in this sentence as well. So I would ask that the court recognize that in deciding how much to assess the defendant in fines and fees, as well as in exercising its discretion regarding the appropriate sentence in this case.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Anything further before the court begins its sentence?
No, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm sorry, we've had, I guess, a change of opinion. So the Emmanuel Haro's grandmother has now asked to address the court about the sentence.
Okay. And are you ready at this time?
Ma'am.
Oh, grandma's coming up. Oh,
Oh, ma'am. And Mr. Smith, if we can have an introduction, please.
Yes, so this is Emmanuel Haro's maternal grandmother. Her first name is Mary, M-A-R-Y. And I'll have her spell her last name.
B-U-S-H-A-U-S-E-N.
Good afternoon, ma'am, and thank you for being here today. And ma'am, I want to make sure that I hear everything that you have to say, that our court reporter can take down everything that you have to say, and that we have an accurate record. We've cleared our entire afternoon, so you don't feel the need to be rushed. So whenever you're ready, if you could speak loudly and clearly and slowly for us. But whenever you're ready.
I want Jake to look at me. I want him to face me.
And ma'am, if you can address the court.
I would like for him to face me, to look at me.
Okay.
he did a little.
And Nana, if you could speak up as loud as you can, please.
I wanted Jake to face me, to look at me, because I told him that I would be here for his sentencing before he was arrested.
Is that his grandma?
As a friend, to tell me everything, because he didn't give me the opportunity to meet my grandson. He destroyed my whole family. He branded his children for life. He damaged her children, all his children for life. And in doing that, he destroyed my family, my children, everybody in my family. All my children are destroyed by this. He changed my daughter to where we don't know who she is. He never gave me a chance to see my
No.
grandchildren. He kept my daughter away. I
No.
don't know what he did or what, how he changed my daughter's life. But she was never that same person after she went to live with him. The only reason Rebecca came back, because in March I had a stroke. And my son got hold of her and told her I was in ICU. That's how I met Mackenzie, my 2-year-old granddaughter. I didn't even know she existed. I was not aware that she was pregnant with Mackenzie. I was not aware that she was pregnant with Emmanuel. I never met Emmanuel. You know, he deprived everybody. And it has hurt my children because the media has torn all of my children apart, okay? Because they say, Grandma knows, Grandma isn't on it, Grandma doesn't know nothing. If I had known what was going on, I would have take my daughter out of there forcefully, or I would have called the police. My sons would have come and got her, okay? Never did we ever knew anything. If I had known when I called social service, when Rebecca moved in, I called social service to let them know that I didn't like him. That because my granddaughter Irene was afraid. She didn't want to be there. She called me and she says, Grandma, I don't want to be there. Okay, so I called social service. I asked social service to give me a report of what had happened, what they found out. Oh no, she's fine. The house is beautiful. They have food in the fridge. That's it. Have social service come and told me what he had done to promise his other children. Nothing of this would be here. We wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. My grandchildren, Emmanuel wouldn't be gone. Mackenzie wouldn't have been born. Because he had already done a lot of horrible things to his other children. He branded those children for life. And in the same way, branded all my children too. Because I can't go nowhere without they asking me. Every time I go to the store or somebody recognizes me, they attack me, you know, on social media, everywhere. And that is not my doing or my children.
I didn't even know her.
This has been horrible for us. I was glad the day that got arrested because I fear for my daughter's life. I fear for everybody. And, you know, he had a second chance. My daughter didn't have a chance with him. Or his children didn't have a second chance. And I think the judge that let him go should be here sitting with him. And so is social service. Because they could have told me, oh no, protocol doesn't allow us to tell you anything. Well, how are we supposed to protect our children if we don't know? The court knows what's going on. I didn't know. I called social service. I didn't know what he had done to his other children. And here he sits, you know, like nothing. Somebody will give him another chance. And I don't want that. Because he didn't give his children a chance. He didn't give my daughter a chance to be happy to take care of her children, okay? My 20-year-old granddaughter, my 18-year-old granddaughter are a mess because of him. Mackenzie, it's totally changed. A little baby, a 2-year-old girl that has nothing, okay? I'm very, very stressed out, very angry at the justice system for letting this guy, giving him a chance. Who gave my grandchildren a chance, a second chance? Did CPS check? Why didn't they tell me? Oh look, this is what that guy does. He takes it out on the children, on the babies. But he can't do it to a grown person. He's not man enough to do it to a man, okay? He destroys so many lives. His mom, his brother, everybody, okay? Nobody wants to be here. Nobody wanted to come and look at it. But I have to speak for my grandson and my grandchildren, and for my children too, because they're going through every hell in this world, okay?
Thank you, Mom.
I didn't mourn my grandson that he passed away. We buried him on the 5th of August, and they were saying that, oh, we probably bury Emmanuel in my grandson's, when we bury my grandson, okay? I lost my grandson on the 5th. We buried my grandson on the 5th of August. Then he calls me on the 14th of August and says that Emmanuel is kidnapped. And then my sister passes on the 17th of August. We didn't have a chance to mourn any of my sister, my grandson, my other grandson, none. Because everybody was angry at everybody because how could this
She's got her dates wrong.
happen? Why? I wish you could look at me and tell me why. He was never in my house. He knew I didn't like him. He knew I called social service, and that's why he kept my daughter away. He changed her so she couldn't have no contact with me or his brothers, okay? Had I had not had a stroke, I would have never met Mackenzie or, you know, probably heard it on the news about Emmanuel, okay? So don't blame my children. The media has blamed my children, everybody. The TikTokers, everybody. Grandma Mary knows. I don't know nothing, okay? And I stand here with you, asking you to give him the maximum. Because he didn't, I don't want him to give him another chance. He didn't give nobody a chance. He had many chances. He had a chance. The judge gave him a second chance. The probation gave him another chance. The CPS, oh, well, you know, no, he's fine. He's got food in the fridge and the house is clean. That doesn't cut it, okay? And that's not fair to the children to let somebody out like that. And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm just very, very upset and very stressed out.
And ma'am, no need to apologize. This proceeding here is for you to make your impact statement to talk about how the crime has affected you and your family. I do want to lead with, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for all the hurt that you and your family have gone through.
A lot of hurt.
And I want to thank you for being here today.
I'm here because I'm the only one that wanted to be here because my children don't trust themselves to come in and talk because they're so upset, so angry at the system, what they did. How could they give him a second chance when you see the pictures of the little girl? How? That's beyond me. You know, you get two drunk driving tickets and you go to jail or you pay a goddamn fine. And he, a slap on the hand, go and do community work. Okay? How does that happen, Your Honor? I want to know how did that happen.
Anything else, ma'am?
No. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, Mr. Robinson, any other impact statements on behalf of the people?
No, thank you.
Ms. Garthwaite, Ms. Lowe, no impact statements on behalf of the defense.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
And submitting on your motion.
Yes.
Submitting on your motion.
Yes.
So the court is now going to pronounce judgment at this time. Ms. Lowe, Ms. Garthwaite, Mr. Robinson, Mr. Smith, are you okay if I sentence on all three together, all three cases?
Yes.
Yes.
This time, this court, having taken the defendant's plea, having read
I'm just going to say one person stood up. That's heartbreaking for Emmanuel.
and considered the probation report, and having seen, heard, and considered the evidence and arguments of counsel at the sentencing hearing, as well as taking judicial notice of its own records, hereby pronounces the sentence as described in this order. The court imposes an aggregate sentence of 180 days and 6 years, 8 months, plus 25 years to life, and fines as specified. As I will explain shortly, the sentence of 180 days and 6 years and 8 months will be determinate. The 25 years to life is indeterminate and will be described at this time. Probation is denied. Because Mr. Haro was on probation for a felony offense at the time he committed the serious and violent offenses of murder and assault on a child underage causing death, he is ineligible for probation pursuant to Penal Code Section 1203. Accordingly, probation is denied. In regards to the terms of imprisonment, this case involves the imposition of determinate terms and indeterminate terms. The court will first address the indeterminate terms. I did read the briefing submitted by Ms. Lowe and Ms. Garthwaite, as well as by Mr. Smith and Mr. Robinson.
Forgot my orange
For
bar.
count one, in case FERI 2504-808-1, murder in the second degree, the court imposes the only term provided by law of 15 years to life. The court notes that the amended complaint filed by the people lists the punishment for count one as 25 to life, which would suggest that the charge is first-degree murder, but we did have a discussion at the last hearing regarding those sentence or that charge, and that is in the second degree. So I want to make sure that that's clear, Mr. Smith
This is in second degree.
and Ms. Lowe.
Yes, Your Honor.
Accordingly, the court orders the designation of the 25 to life stricken from the amended complaint. For count three, in case FERI 2504-808-1, assault on a child under age causing death, the court imposes the only term provided by law of 25 years to life. The court finds that counts 1 and 3 in case ending in 808-1 are based on the same act. An act or omission that is punishable in different ways by different provisions of law may be punished under either of such provisions, but in no case shall the act or omission be punished under more than one provision. Accordingly, the court stays the punishment for count 1, the murder charge, pursuant to section 654. The court declines to stay the punishment for count 3 instead of count 1, pursuant to section 654. Mr. Haro, through his attorney, urges the court to stay the higher punishment because he acknowledged wrongdoing and pled guilty at an early stage of the criminal process, which is a mitigating factor under the rules of court. And the court does not find this to be a compelling reason to select the 15-year to life term in lieu of the 25-year to life term. While Mr. Haro did plead guilty at an early stage in the proceedings, this does not outweigh the significant and considerable aggravating factors that he has admitted to. It cannot be ignored that Mr. Haro was on probation for severely abusing one child when he decided to assault and kill another child. Further, the court notes that Mr. Haro was out on bail in 2 cases, including one for abusing his daughter when he killed baby Emmanuel. And the fact that Mr. Haro pled guilty at an early stage, while not insignificant, cannot overcome the horrific nature of the circumstances here. Given the admissions Mr. Haro himself has made with respect to the aggravating factors, accordingly, I will impose the indeterminate term of 25 years to life. Mr. Haro has also been convicted of 3 felony charges with determinate sentences. The court selects the child abuse charge, 273A from case BAF 2101265-2 to be the principal offense. The court orders executed the previously imposed term of 6 years, which is the upper term. As will be explained, the court orders the determinate punishments to run consecutively to the punishment imposed in felony case ending in 808-1. In case BAF 2400717, Mr. Haro has pled guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm pursuant to Penal Code Section 29800 and ammunition under Penal Code Section 3305. These offenses are based on his possession of a loaded firearm, which is a single act. Accordingly, the court stays punishment for count 2, the possession of ammunition charge, pursuant to Section 654. For the firearm possession charge in count 1, I will impose a subordinate term of 8 months, which is 1/3 of the midterm, to run consecutively to the principal term. When determining whether to impose consecutive or concurrent sentences, the rules of court provide several factors for the court to consider. The factors related to the crime include whether or not, 1, the crimes and their objectives were predominantly independent of each other. 2, the crimes involved separate acts or threats of violence. Or 3, the crimes were committed at different times or separate places, rather than being committed so closely in time and place as to indicate a single period of terrible behavior. The court may also consider any aggravating or mitigating circumstances in deciding whether to impose concurrent or consecutive sentences, except that the court may not impose a consecutive sentence based on 1, a fact used to impose the upper term, or 2, a fact used to otherwise enhance the defendant's sentence, and 3, a fact that is an element of the crime. The consecutive punishments are appropriate here because the crimes and their objectives were independent of each other, involved separate acts, and were committed at different times, indeed over the course of many years. Accordingly, the court imposes all felony punishments to run consecutively to each other. Mr. Haro has also pled guilty to a misdemeanor offense of filing a false police report in count 2 in felony case ending 808. For this misdemeanor offense, the court imposes a term of 180 days to be served in any penal institution. Having imposed the terms as explained, the court hereby imposes an aggregate term of 180 days and 6 years, 8 months, plus 25 years to life in state prison. I do want to touch on my discretion in case there was any question. Looking back on this in the future, were the voters or the legislature to amend any statutes, or were there to be any decisional law in the future that would grant this court any additional discretion in sentencing and which might benefit Mr. Haro, this court would decline to exercise any such additional discretion to lower or mitigate Mr. Haro's sentence. The court has weighed and balanced all the aggravating and mitigating factors in this case and considered all circumstances such that the court believes the current sentence is just and appropriate. Mr. Haro's conduct and culpability in the offense against his own children lead the court to conclude that Mr. Haro's sentence today is fully justified without future downward modification, even should the legislature provide such discretion. In regards to the fines, the court will impose a restitution fine of $10,000. The court finds the maximum fine is appropriate given the number of felonies the defendant was convicted of and the number of years he is being ordered to serve. The court imposes the parole revocation restitution fine in the amount of $10,000 as well. This fine is stayed unless and until parole is revoked. I will impose the court security fees as well as the penalties. The court additionally imposes the state penalty of $10 for every $10 or part of $10 upon every fine imposed. The state penalty assessment of 20% of the base fine, the court operations assessment of $40 for each conviction, and the court facilities assessment of $30 for each conviction. Ms. Lowe, I will take note of your request under Duenas. And at this time, those fines and fees will be imposed, but stay the execution pursuant to Duenas. In regards to restitution, the court orders victim restitution to be paid in any amount that may be determined in the future. Mr. Haro is also ordered to pay interest at a rate of 10% per annum, accruing as of October 12th of 2018 in case BAF ending 265, as of July 27th, 2024 in BAF ending in 717, and as of August 14th, 2025 in felony case ending in 808-1. Mr. Haro is hereby advised the restitution orders shall be enforceable as if they were civil judgments. Mr. Haro, I'm going to advise you of the following at this time. You are advised of your right to appeal. The notice of appeal must be filed within 60 days after the rendition of the judgment or the making of the order being appealed. You are also advised that if you are indigent, you are entitled to appointment of counsel upon request. Sir, I'm also advising you of your requirement to provide buccal swab samples, right thumbprints, and a full palm print impression of each hand and any blood specimens or other biological samples. Sir, also advising you that as a result of these convictions, you are prohibited from owning, purchasing, receiving, possessing, or having under your custody or control any firearms, ammunition, or body armor. You are also ordered to relinquish any firearms. Sir, I'm advising you, and I went over this at your plea, that if you are not a citizen of the United States, these convictions will have the consequence of deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, and denial of naturalization pursuant to federal law. You're also advised that at the expiration of the term of imprisonment here imposed, you may be released on parole unless the Board of Prison Terms waives parole for good cause. If parole is granted, the period of parole shall be for 3 years. Now, sir, going over your credits, and Ms. Lowe, Ms. Garthwaite, Mr. Smith, Mr. Robinson, I believe we went over these this morning, but just want to make sure that I have the correct credits. Sir, in BAF case ending in 017, You have credits of 72 plus 72 for a total of 144 days. Mr. Smith, Ms. Lowe, Ms. Garthwaite, do you agree?
Yes.
In case ending in 265, your banning case, you have credits for 167 days actual plus 166 days 4019 for a total of 333.
Yes.
And lastly, sir, in the case, your newest case, ending in 808, your Riverside case, you have credits of 74 days actual plus 0 days good time credit for a total of 74 days.
Yes.
So to reiterate the final disposition, Mr. Haro, you are hereby sentenced to serve 180 days and 6 years, 8 months to terminate. You are ordered to serve 25 years to life in the state prison for the child abuse perpetrated against CH, for unlawfully possessing a firearm and ammunition after having been convicted of such a heinous crime, and for the senseless assault and murder of baby Emmanuel. While no sentence can possibly vindicate the loss of innocence and life at the hands of Mr. Haro, the man who was supposed to protect these precious and defenseless children against evil and harm, the sentence here is the most the court can do to ensure that as much justice is done as possible. To that end, the court imposes the aforementioned terms of imprisonment, fines, and penalties and assessments, and I will be filing a written order of today's sentence. Anything else at this time before I sentence him or order him transported forthwith? Ms. Lowe or Ms. Garthwaite?
No, thank you, Your Honor. I have a point of clarification, Your Honor.
Okay.
I just wanted to inquire, it's my understanding that the court did impose the $10,000 restitution fine that stayed that person between us?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Robinson?
Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. And at this time, Mr. Haro, I am going to order that you are transported forthwith by the Department of Corrections for housing in the state prison. And Ms. Lowe,
Did they ask him if he wanted to talk? I didn't ever hear him say that.
Ms. Garth,
He was ready to get out of there. I was going to say that earlier. He was like rocking back and forth. His body, he was ready to run. Like he just wanted to get out of there. He was just like, give me my sentence and let me go back to prison.
wait, before you leave, there was an issue that we had kicked over to today's date in regards to the violation of probation and the subpoenaed documents. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Smith, Ms. Lowe, Ms. Garthwaite, how would you like to proceed with those documents?
It's my request that that be put over to the January 21st FSC date. I did tell defense counsel for Mr. Haro that I would notify them. I'd like to address who has standing to object to those on that particular day.
Anytime that third-party documents are subpoenaed to the court, there's a procedure where the court has to determine if there's good cause and conduct an in-camera hearing, and that's with or without an objection. But I already did object to the release and asked that the court follow that process of the last court proceeding. If the
No, we
court
need
wants
'em.
me Here in January to make that same record, I'm happy to do so.
So you made the record. It was my understanding that there might be a request that those documents were not needed. So we'll continue the matter to January 21st. I'll note your objection. In between now and then, I'll review the documents for materiality. Mr. Smith, if you can let me know if you plan to continue to use those documents. If you're not going to use the documents, then I will not review them and we'll keep them downstairs. But if they are going to be released, I will review them for materiality.
Based on my limited understanding of what's in those documents, I do believe it's possible that I would like to use them, so I asked the court to review them.
Okay, so I'll review them by the next court date, and then Ms. Lowe and Mr. Smith will have further conversations, and we'll figure out, Ms. Lowe, if it's necessary for you to appear on that January 21st date, as well as you, Ms. Garthwaite. Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Haro has some paperwork to take back with him. And so we want to make sure, I don't think that we ever made an order that he could have paperwork transferred
make an order that he be allowed to transport his legal paperwork to and from court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Now you
Denise,
can get up.
you have her step outside, please.
Oh, wait, they get to go first.
Camera.
Oh, they just said just cut the feed. They said cut that feed. 25 years to life, basically, plus a handful. Well, wow, that was underwhelming. You know, didn't have to. Maybe he did tell where baby Emmanuel is. Okay, because they are saying that. I mean, and I guess I wouldn't want the documents out neither, right? Because it's going to be some of the evidence probably in there is against Rebecca. You know, through Jake. So Jake might have told him like this is where baby Emmanuel is, and maybe they're trying to, you know, work on Rebecca a little more. They did do that operation where they tried to get her to talk and she didn't. So Remy, she's back in court in January. And then I guess that's when they're going to release the documents because they're not going to release them until then. They want to keep everything, I guess, hush hush until they, I guess, figure out what she's going to do. Because I mean, what is she going to do? Is she going to plead guilty, or is she going to ride this wave out of not guilty? Is she going to say, "I'm not guilty, but this is because you know I was scared of Jake and he did all of it"? And the grandmother in the beginning, man, I feel bad for her. She's lost. She's really lost. Rebecca was going to do whatever Rebecca wanted to do. There was nothing that could be said. She was going to do what she wanted to do. And who gets the 10,000? Like they said but who's considered the victim? I think that he should have gotten sentenced to prison. Yeah, I wanted to know if he was going to talk too. He never talked, which they never do. Criminals never talk. They never do. I don't know if I've ever experienced one court case where they actually have talked. Did Letitia talk? Because that keep her mouth shut. I don't know if Letitia talked or not though, but I don't think she did. I don't think any of her 8 personalities did that time. But yeah, this is really sad. Emmanuel's life meant nothing, it seems like. And where is he? Like, no deal unless you tell us where he's at. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why people are doing this. Yeah, Letitia. I can't even talk about that woman without getting red in the face and mad. After her trial, I never talked about it. I never covered the case again. I was like, oh, she had me. Woo. Her and her 18 personalities had me so tired. Sarah Boone. Yeah, Sarah Boone's the one that talked. That's the one. Okay, I knew it was somebody that I thought it was a woman that talked. Sarah, yeah, Sarah. We should do a live over Sarah though. She's got a bunch of personalities, I feel like, too. Wonder how she's doing in the old clinker, you know? She'd probably talk to us. Be like, yo, Sarah. I mean, really, like, I wonder who she's talking to. Because you know she cannot stop talking. She's probably trading honey buns for conversations in there. I don't know who would be getting her honey buns, though. Oh, I just exited out of something and I wanted to show that to you guys tonight. Crap. Wasn't that important. It was, I'm not even on, okay. It was something on Facebook. Oh, they had a list of people. I'll have to look it up. They had a list of people that were going to be in the new Idaho 4 movie. They had like Kaylee, Maddie, Emily Alant cast. I mean, these people were nobody that I've ever heard of. They're just like, people that would do stuff on Lifetime. What is this? Look at this. Okay, Austin Drummond, just a little tidbit since I was looking for that thing. It says record state in 2023, Austin Drummond tried to pass 2 food trays from the kitchen to the dish room while he was in Northwest Correctional Complex in Lake County. Officers stopped the exchange and discovered 12 phones and chargers, as well as a knife, marijuana, meth, fentanyl, and a significant amount of tobacco. Dude. Crazy. That's just crazy. Okay. Well, if you stay here on this live, it'll take you to the live that's going to be for later on tonight if you guys want to hang out with us. I'm just trying to find that thing for you guys, and I'm getting distracted over here. Okay, get my mind off there. Get my mind off that screen. I don't know. I heard that drones or something was dropping it off at one point, but I don't know. I don't know. Do you think it was the girlfriend? But how was she sneaking stuff like that in? Because, I mean, when you're a guard, you put your lunchbox, you have to have a clear bag and like your lunchbox or whatever, and you put all that through like a metal detector. So how was she like sneaking in? Was she having like all these like a trench coat on with like phones, just like, Velcro to the jacket or what? Jaden didn't have the truth. I can't believe he's getting all this stuff, man. Like, he's got more phones than I do in prison. I got 1. I got 2, actually. We haven't taken my other phone back. I don't know if we can now because I think we're too late on it. Good for me, though, because I get to keep it. I like mobile phone. I'll record on it. This phone, I did a recording on this phone today. And wow. Yeah, I didn't even need my microphone. Like, it sounded like I was using a microphone. I mean, I was using the microphone on the phone, but like, it was like pretty good. It was like the microphone was pretty good. I didn't have to like those wireless mics I have. They're too hard to operate. But if you want to watch the interview that Stephen Christie did, we're going to watch that tonight. It was like a 2-hour interview, or I don't know if it was an interview. They were just talking, but tries to make them feel comfortable. Chris McDonough. So they were just kind of like chit-chatting. I did watch a little bit of it before I came on live last night because I just like was like, oh, and I just like clicked on it. And they do say in that interview that they didn't get any of the information beforehand, like none of the files, nothing that's come out. It's really sad. So I will be back on at 8:35 since it's a little bit earlier, since we're getting out of here a little bit earlier. Oh my gosh, the sun is down. Why? Yeah, it's down. It's going to be a long winter. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm actually not as, I say that now, don't crash. Don't crash and burn. No, I usually get like really like sleepy around this time, and I get really like sad. Just that depression, that seasonal depression. I just get it. I don't know. When I was younger, I would go to like the tanny bed and stuff like that, and it made me happy. Now I don't do that. So I need like an artificial light of some sort. But yeah, so when the sun goes down, it just, maybe this light is kind of like that. Because I haven't been feeling like this year, I haven't felt so bad. Like this year's been okay so far. I did sleep 10 hours though on Sunday to Monday. I've never slept like that since I don't even know when. I needed it, I guess. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it, or today or tonight. Yeah, tonight. I'll be back on in a little bit with you guys, and we'll watch the interview. So it should be good. I haven't watched it yet, so it'll be good for us. Did I play, which intro did I play? I played the shorter one, didn't I? Okay, I'll play that one on the way out. I've been playing the one for videos for some reason on the lives, but I can't remember which one I played. I think it was the shorter one. So I'll play that one. All right. I'll see you guys a little bit. Have a good night. Bye, guys. And this live will take you over to the next live.
Take my eyes eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities.